It's deprogrammed. My name is Justin, and okay, we'll do it. I'm a host. That's what I am. And if you're new to the program, I want to say this. You're going to hate us because that's what happens. The idea of the show is to try to attract new people to whatever band we're talking to. But what ultimately ends up happening is whoever likes said artist jumps in and goes, no, you're wrong, which is fine. It's fun that way. Just saying, if you're not familiar with Janelle Monae, that's who we're talking about today, and you should stick around and listen. If you are familiar, don't be angry. We're just talking about her. We're trying to shine some light on her. But if you'd like to shine some light on me, patreon.com/ohhijustin would be a great way to do that. Maybe you're an actual listener. I'm trying to figure out who listens to this show because I was looking at numbers earlier, and it's completely different every week.
I guess it just depends on the artist.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just changes from on a week-to-week basis. This week, it's a lot of women listening to my show, which is very, very rare.
Yeah.
Very, very rare. So those voices you hear, again, we're here to talk about Janelle Monae today. Of course, in studio-ish, we'll call it in dining room, Jennie Zell.
Hi. Thanks for having me on today.
This time you only had 2 months.
Yeah.
To put your list together.
Yeah, and it was still tough.
Yeah.
It's always tough.
It's always tough. And joining us for the very first time, we kind of put the crunch on you because for you, this was maybe 2 weeks tops. It's Stefanie.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, it was definitely 2 weeks, and I am like super busy at work, so like I was half paying attention to the conversation on Messenger, and then I was just like, oh crap, I need to focus on this.
Well, hopefully, because this is actually your first podcast appearance too, yes?
It is.
Yeah.
I cut my teeth in college radio, but this is my first ever podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, then, so this isn't a completely new concept to you.
Right.
Good. So let's start with lists. Let's start with list building. Jennie, 2 months this time, but it was still difficult. 50 songs. How did you get down to 20?
So what I'm finding is that it's actually harder for me to build a list of 20 songs when there's a smaller catalog to work from. Like between this and Hum, like I've gotten more selective. Like what I used to do is just go through and listen to every song, and every song that even caught my ear, even remotely, I put it on a list and then I narrowed it down. And what I've started doing is like now I'm kind of like picking my absolute favorites the first time through. And by the second round, I'm like having to listen to the entire catalog again to find more and more to add. So I'm actually finding it's harder to add on and get to 20 rather than to narrow it down.
Okay.
Which is weird. But yeah, like I just kind of went through a couple times. I mean, it's an easy listen. Like I'm going to listen to her like all the time anyway.
Right.
And I just kind of went through and I just try to pick the best, sampling of her sound and her message and what I love about her. So
there we go. And Stefanie, so being your first time putting a list together, walk me through what your process was like.
So, like Jennie said, it's a little difficult because Janelle's catalog is so limited. Really, how many songs did I even end up selecting? I don't even know if I made the 20. Hold on. 1, 2.
I had to add on a couple this morning. Like when I looked at my list, I was like, "Oh wait, that's 18."
I didn't even clear 20. I got to 15.
Oh wow, okay.
But I'd like to think that like a lot of it is. It really bridges the different kind of sounds, the highlights of who she works with, her message, her story about Cindy Mayweather. I just kind of went for the best bangers I could find.
Yeah.
So for me, being completely like I had never even seen this name before, Janelle Monae.
Really?
Never, period.
Really?
You Jennie, you popped her up on our list, and James jumped in immediately, and I was like, okay, well, so she must be somebody I should pay attention to. I didn't because I'm a jerk, but she finally pushed her way up because she was in town actually, and you're like, yo, this would be a good time to do it. And then we couldn't do it last week.
I'm driving around all last week, like with the windows down in my car and the music up really loud. I'm like, maybe she'll just be driving by and notice me. Notice me.
Hey, that's me in that car. But so intrigued by like a lot of the different sounds. like not just the different sounds of the songs, just the different sounds used in the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a real, I don't know who does the production for her, but like the fact that the vibe that she puts out is semi weird. I love that semi weird sound of
I really dig on the fact that she's so sci-fi focused.
Yes.
Like I said, the story of her android persona, Cindy Mayweather, comes through in almost all of her albums, except for Dirty Computer. Dirty Computer is more of like telling her own story instead of telling her story through a narrative.
That's
and
what I got.
I love just the crazy, sexy vibes that she just gives off through all of her songs.
But I feel like even Dirty Computer isn't that far off from the messages that she was putting out in the, the Cindy Mayweather storyline. Like it's kind of the same vibe, but it's just kind of, it's more her rather than the avatar, I guess.
Absolutely. Everything about Dirty Computer is outright magic. I haven't felt so moved by a new album in a really long time. And having someone like Janelle Monae as an unapologetic voice for the queer community makes me so proud. I feel so seen. I feel heard. And goddamn, is it being done in such a beautiful, fun, honest way.
Yes. Like I legit get goosebumps when I listen to some of the songs from this album.
Absolutely.
What I loved about Dirty Computer is like, there's also a very Prince vibe.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And
yes.
You talk about the queer community, like something about Prince, the way you even said it earlier, it's just so sexy. Like it's oozing sexual charisma.
Yeah.
While I was prepping for this late last night, I was in my kitchen and we were just, my partner and I, listening to the songs and we're just grooving out to it. And he's just pointing out things like, oh my God, that little guitar hook that you're hearing right there, that is 100% Prince.
Yeah.
Like, that is Prince. You hear it.
Yeah. And I think when I first started hearing that in her sound, that's what finally got my attention with her. Because my daughter actually turned me on to listening to her, like probably like 5-ish years ago. It was kind of like right when Electric Lady either had just come out or was about to come out. And like I liked her. I liked everything about her, but something just didn't quite click for a good couple of years. I would listen to a few songs or whatever, but when Dirty Computer was coming out and the singles were coming out, I was like, man, I should have paid attention. I should have listened.
Yeah.
It's just like, where is this force coming from? Because she's so talented and so creative and just politically driven. She's an actress now. She's in an Oscar-winning feature. Wait, did Hidden Figures win an Oscar? No, that was the other one.
I don't remember. I never actually got to see that.
It was actually really good. Her performance was compelling.
I might have to go home and watch that.
She's doing some voice work now too, right?
Yeah.
Some Ugly Dolls, I think.
Right. She did some voice work in Rio or Rio 2 as well.
Ah, see? So she's putting herself out there. In discussion of sound, like one of the first things that roped me in was I pushed play on the playlist and like second song in, I'm getting an Outcast vibe. And I'm like,
yeah.
Well, that's how she got her big break. When she was singing, what was it? She covered Killing Me Softly in some open mic night, and Big Boy was there.
Oh.
And he was just like, oh, girl, yeah, that voice. So he had her sing on a couple tracks on Idlewild, and from there she was just catapulted.
See, and it makes sense then, because a couple of the early records have like a very strong Outkast influence, and I love that. Like, I love being able to borrow something but still make it your own.
Yes.
There's nothing I love better, because I mean, what a great place to start. I mean, Outkast already has this weird feel to it, this very unique sound.
Yeah.
And then right? But then to take that and morph it even more and make it even more unique. Like that blew my mind.
Yeah. And I'm somebody who's kind of just getting into Outkast finally after all these years. Yeah, I definitely picked up on that, and I like that both of them kind of have like this genre bending sound. Like it kind of pulls from a little bit of everything. Like there's some Motown and there's some like funk, and there's all these different things kind of coming together to make their
I'd like to think that Janelle Monae and Andre 3000 come from the same home planet.
Yes. No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. There's points where she's channeling him. Like,
they're both compassionate, they're both compelling, they're creative, other things that start with C, I'm sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh my God, so cool.
So how long ago did Dirty Commuter come out?
I think it was last year.
Okay, so
yeah,
it might be a little bit before anything new comes out. So, well, then let me ask you this. She was just recently here. She got rained out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Friday, right? Something in the water.
Yeah, I would have been a little upset because she was one of the main reasons I thought about buying a ticket to that.
Right.
And they were just giving refunds to anybody who got rained out on Friday night.
Yeah.
I mean, I still would have gone and had a good time, obviously, but yeah, I really wanted to see her.
So at this point, if you missed her this weekend, you probably haven't seen her.
Right.
Okay. Have you seen her live yet, Stefanie? I'm just trying to...
I have not.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not even sure if she's come to Boston, so...
Oh. I'm just trying to vibe out what that live show would be, because, like, the energy's electric. In the,
have you seen any of her music videos? Because they are amazing.
Dude, yeah.
I have not.
In preparation for this, I actually watched the Dirty Computer, like, quote unquote movie, which is basically just, it's just like all the music videos and they kind of string them together with a little story. And, you know, I already had seen, I think, almost all of the music videos, but it was incredible. It was absolutely amazing.
Well, again, like, I hate to keep harping on the word creative, but, like, so we did Bruno Mars last year, and I really enjoyed Bruno, my dive into Bruno, and he's a very talented individual. And I wouldn't say he's not creative, but to dive in here where, like, sound-wise, Bruno and Janelle are kind of in that same vein, but...
Well, they did tour together in 2011 or 2012, too.
Okay, so they know each other, at least. But, like, to hear her creativity, like, she clearly has more of a fingerprint in what she's doing, is the feeling I get. Whereas...
Well... She was a founding member of the Wonderland Arts Society, which was just this collaborative group of creative, like-minded individuals creating art and music. And with that little collective, they were putting out tours, they were putting out albums, all sorts of stuff. So she has been like just a generator of content and for years.
So she really is just a force. Like
she is. Like, I remember seeing her a few years ago. It was during the Women's March in DC. I just watched the video, but her speeches were just so amazing. Like, the hairs on the back of my neck were standing on end, and she's just electric when she speaks.
Well, again, electric seems to be something that's coming through here now. Before we hop into the actual game portion of the show, I do want to say this. I highly recommend taking in the discography. It's well worth your time. I enjoyed every song. There were no easy outs. There's a couple that I was like, okay, well, I have this sound here, so like I can do without this one. But for the most part, there was nothing that I was like, nah, I just didn't like that. It is, I think, 4 albums.
Yeah.
And an EP.
Yeah.
3 albums and an EP.
3 in an EP. Yeah.
So,
and and a couple singles, and you're hard pressed to find filler on any of them.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And they're well thought out. There's a very unique story being told, and it sound wise, it can't be beat. But with that being said, the name of the game is Deprogrammed, and what we have done is we've combed through Janelle Monae's discography, and we've each pulled out 20-ish songs, and we're going to now bounce them off of each other in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for Janelle Monae, in case she hasn't been on your radar, like me. Now, also that being said, Stefanie, since you have a couple extra, that means you can jump in to make unanimous some songs if you want, or you've got some room to play with. So if there's songs that either Jennie or I bring up that you're like, oh, you know what, I should have had that. And you want to make it unanimous or put it in the conversation, you've got some room to play with.
Cool.
And also, that being said, I cut my last one this morning. I was almost to the point where I was going to have 21 coming in today, but I cut one. I was like, it was hard, but I cut one.
Right.
And I guess I'm going to start here because this is where it actually ends. And The message is on point. It made me want more. I think it's a really, really important song. Americans.
I think I have it. Yes, I do.
I actually do not.
Oh, okay. But it slides through the
It
conversation.
does.
I
Absolutely.
think I went here with message. I think this message can't be topped. I mean, it starts with if we want women to be equal, we need to pay them equally for the same amount of work, and that seems to be. This won't be my America until it's until everybody's equal, and I don't know that there's been a more important message in this time.
Right.
So,
and I really like the whole tone of that song too. Like it's not even though there's a lot of negative things going on in the country right now, like the sound of this is like very hopeful. Like, hey guys, don't give up yet. Like we can overcome. We can make this better.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about it.
Again, like I said, like at the end, it left me wanting more. I wish there was more discography for me to take in. But all right, well, Americans in the convo though, and Jenny, we will stay here with you.
I think I'm gonna go with the first one that really, really grabbed my attention, from Dirty Computer, and that was Pink.
I got it.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Oh, unanimous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video, it just really grabbed my attention. I was like, holy crap. Like for somebody to do something that was that bold and that feminist and that just creative and beautiful, and I got chills. I was like, okay, she's my new favorite.
and not to put too fine a point on it, but the fact that she's literally talking about a vagina, and it's almost like an interesting play on that old Aerosmith song.
Yeah.
It's like almost revitalizing it and taking ownership of it for women.
Right.
Instead of some old looking grandma MFer from Boston singing about some like 70s hairy bush vagina. Here we have like this strong pansexual woman who is just like, here's my vagina, here's her vagina.
Right.
Word
Let's
up.
crawl into it.
All right, Stefanie, it is your turn.
I would have to say my absolute favorite song by her of all time. I listen to it whenever I go into a job interview. Is Queen, Queen, featuring Erykah Badu.
I got it.
Yes.
Song is a banger. I seriously, I listen to this and like, of course, I also worship at the altar of Beyonce and other strong female women, empowering messages. This is all about owning yourself, owning your sexuality, not being afraid to stand up in the face of people who think that you're a freak because you like to dance, you like to look at women, you like to feel yourself, feel your oats, do your thing.
It really isn't much more important message, is there?
No.
I really feel like dudes need to wake the fuck up. Like, I'm not trying to turn this episode into that, but like, seriously,
It's just like, are men okay? Are they okay?
I really don't think we are. Like, just open your eyes and actually, you know what? Shut your mouths, open your ears. I think that's the best thing I could say here.
As she says, push the mute button, let the vagina have a monologue. I'll get to that song later.
But yeah, in Queen, at the very end, like after Erykah Badu comes in and does her slinky, just crooning to you, Janelle just comes in and starts rapping about her blackness and how important it is to stand up and fight for yourself and stop selling dope, keep selling hope.
Yeah.
Don't be electric sheep.
Yeah.
She's so great.
I know.
The excitement is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
I feel like if I live to be 1,000 years old, I'll never experience the 5 minutes of being as cool as Janelle Monae is.
I mean, will any of us?
That's true.
Is the question. All right. So we talked about Prince vibes, and there's plenty of them, but I don't know that it's ever more strong than in this song, "Make Me Feel."
I have it, definitely.
Absolutely.
Good Lord. Like this, the first time I heard it, because like, again, you know, it's there without, or you throw out, but like when I heard this, I was like, whoa, this is very, very Prince, and it opened my ears to all the other songs.
This was the song I was playing to my partner last night, and he was just like, holy shit, this is Prince. This is a Prince song, right? And I'm like, no, this is Janelle Monae.
Yeah. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it to be in Prince's atmosphere, first of all,
Right.
is like, yeah, I'm putting her up there because, yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. Is she a shirt or a blouse? Harkening back to the old basketball sketch. Do you think Janelle Monae would be a shirt or a blouse in Prince's teams?
I don't know. I'm
I
thinking
think she'd be a
blouse.
blouse.
I was going to say blouse because, I mean, blouse, man.
Yeah, I don't think Janelle Monae wears shirts. She wears blouses.
Yeah. All right. Jennie?
Well, since I kind of like tipped my hand to this song a minute ago, I might as well go ahead and play it. Django Jane.
Yes.
Okay, I don't have that one.
I felt like that one was very, very on point for her messages of female empowerment, people of color. Like I said, the quote that stood out to me was "Hit the mute button, let the vagina have a monologue," and I thought that was beautiful and great and powerful, and she's amazing. That's gonna be me this entire show. It's just like she's great. I love her.
Hey, that's fine though. I also needed to point this out because I forgot to. Both Make Me Feel and Django Jane were listener responses, so just wanted to put that out there. All right, Stefanie.
I'm gonna go and play the cover's hand here, and her cover of "Heroes" by David Bowie, just amazing.
I don't have it.
You know what? That was actually on my list, and I cut it because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with songs that she did rather than covers, and I really like. That was basically my number 21 song. In fact, I think that was what I was listening to like as I drove up here today. So, sorry.
No, that's fair. It's fair.
It's our first miss, though. So far, so good. All right. Okay. Let's bring it back to the beginning. This is where she hooked me. So there's the opening track, which is like an intro, essentially, just kind of laying out what the story's going to be. And then there's this, and it's Outkast AF, and it also reminds me of Sesame Street. Many Moons.
Yes.
I don't have that one.
Okay.
I do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Which was the first thing I thought of. But again, to be able to utilize that and make me think of that and make me remember the song firstly, but then have it not be that at the same time. Just, I was vibing on her right from that point. I was in. All right, Jennie?
Okay, so the next one I think I'm going to go with is... I just love her just like kind of crooning, sexy, retro sound. And one of my favorites of that is Look Into My Eyes.
I don't have it.
I don't have it.
That one, like, to me, sounds like a James Bond theme. It has that like real 60s rich kind of sound. And then it follows it up by having like the overture like right after it. Like with the strings and everything. And it spot on sounds like a James Bond sound to me.
She could totally do a Bond song.
Yeah.
Totally. All right, Stefanie?
Okay, I'm going to go for her made-for-radio hit, Yoga.
Oh.
I don't have that one.
That one was a listener choice, too. I don't have it either.
So catchy. Like, literally, like, I was walking out of the shower because I've been spinning Janelle all week because I'm getting ready for this.
Cramming,
and I immerse myself in, like, a method actor. And literally, like, my partner comes out and he's just like, baby, bend over, let me see you do that yoga. And I was like, you've never heard this song before. And he's like, yeah, I know. It's catchy AF.
Well, it says something, though, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
All right. Where am I going to go? So I'm trying to feel you guys out here. You know what? I'm going to go straight down my line. Cold War.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
feel like we're gonna match in a lot of songs, but I've got a lot of like random oddball picks that I'm like, I just like this one. I can't help it.
Well, that's gonna be okay because we've already got 4 unanimous and 3 in the combo. So,
Nice.
So we're
Killing
doing okay so far. All right, Jenny.
Let's see. I'm gonna pick one that I'm thinking this is gonna be a miss, but something about this one just really I just really dug it. It had a little bit of like it just has a weird vibe to it, and it has a little bit of that Prince kind of sound. Make the Bus.
I got it.
Don't have it.
I also thought it was I don't want to say weird feature, but of Montreal, of all people, her working with them, like, I don't think they've ever like really crossed over, but they've been on the periph for God knows how long. And then just to see them pop up here with her, I'm just like, oh, I remember those guys.
See, I'm not familiar with them at all, so like it kind of makes me want to go back and check out some of their own stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're definitely folky, poppy.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Stefanie.
Going for the probably the first song by Janelle Monae I ever heard, which is Tightrope featuring Big Boy.
Yep.
Yep.
I got it.
So I'll never forget. I first heard this song. I think I heard it on Spotify, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love this song. I love this singer." And then I went to a party a couple months later. It was like a Chinese New Year party. I got so hammered that night. I'm amazed I remember this story at all. But there was like some like So You Can Dance like Wii video game that you could play, and that was one of the songs. And I was just super psyched about it and just dancing my drunk ass off with this song.
Nice. That is a fun one.
Yep.
It is.
And I failed to mention this, both Cold War and Tightrope, both the 2 most suggested by listeners.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right, cool. I love the bounce to that song. It's just so fun.
Well, again, like it was funny, because obviously I didn't know the backstory with her and Big Boy, but like I'm hearing Outcast, and then Big Boy shows up.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
They're aware. So, all right. I'm sitting on this one because I'm not sure about it. Yeah, Dance Apocalyptic.
I was actually just looking at that one to name it next. So
really?
yes.
Well.
Oh, all right. Because I wasn't sure about it. Like every time I came back to it, I was like, I love this song. I love this song.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those ones. Like it didn't have. I don't have anything more to say about it other than I love it. But
It's
I also
fun.
couldn't cut it.
Yeah, it's just fun and bouncy. It has that retro girl group kind of sound to it.
That almost, I want to say funk, but it's not a funk.
Right. It's close to. It's related to.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, that's one of the things I like about her is that she doesn't just have like a sound. She kind of like just kind of melds all these different sounds together to make her own thing.
It is your turn, Jenny.
Oh, sorry. I'm just talking about other stuff. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to go back to the first album, to Metropolis, because I think a good way to get people like interested in her story is the song Violet Stars.
Happy hunting.
I have it.
Yes.
Me too.
I thought like that was the thing that it really intrigued me with her. That I love that she had that concept of the story about the android and everything. But it was kind of hard for me to get into at first. But I think that song in particular kind of like really dives you in and gets you introduced into that storyline. So it gives people a little taste of that.
So just to let you all know, we've already got 7 unanimous decisions.
Yes.
We've already got 4 in the conversation. So NTP is out the window. And let's see.
I'm secretly hoping that
Still
I'm
have
on the
10.
show where like there's more than 10 unanimous hits.
We have to cut. We have to cut from the unanimous.
Yes.
Because I still have 10 to choose from.
I have a good number also. I don't have a number, but whatever.
All right, Stefanie.
I'm going with Electric Lady
I got it.
Definitely.
with Solange.
Oh, snap.
Just the way she belt out Electric Lady from her heart and from her gut. Like you just feel it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this one's at the very bottom of my list. So now's the perfect time to play it. Oh, Maker.
I don't think I have that one.
Okay, good. We need some misses.
At this point, we're actually hoping that people are going to miss.
Yep. All right.
In my notes, I had written down that one of the things I liked about that is that if you're putting together a list of songs for people to get, listening to her, that one has such a different sound for her that might be the thing that like grabs somebody's attention. Yeah.
I think the difference was what kind of roped it in for me. So
yeah.
All right, Jennie.
Let's see. I'm going to stay on that album on Arch Android, and I'm going to go with Faster.
Nope. Let's see. Scroll. All right, Stefanie.
I'm also going with the Arch Android, Neon Valley Street.
No.
Nope.
See? Now the great minds have stopped thinking alike.
No, but that's all right, though.
It is great.
Again, because we are way ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Way ahead of the game. All right, I'm going to trot this one out. This is another one of those songs that I couldn't bear to cut. Like, nothing about it was like, no, I need to have this, but it was like, I can't cut it. Get a Woman.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to add that one. I don't think I have it, though.
I don't.
We talked about Motown. There's a very Motown vibe to it. Definitely reminded me a lot of like Stevie Wonder.
That's exactly what I had written down in my notes. Is like it sounded like a Stevie Wonder song.
Yep. All right, Jennie.
Then I'm gonna go with, this is another weird one, but I love just random weird shit, and Take a Bite.
I got it.
Oh, nice. Something about the way that the sound kind of flowed, and it was kind of like I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'm not good with words, making words, music things, but the kind of the chord changes and just the way that it flowed was it was so bizarre and just kind of amazing.
Yep. All right, Stefanie.
So I'm gonna go up with another weird one. 57821.
Oh.
I do not have that one.
See, that features Deep Cotton, and they are awesome. Very, very interesting. They're part of the Wonderland Arts Collective. That was the first time I ever heard her, was on their song We're Far Enough from Heaven, Now We Can Freak Out.
Oh.
Okay.
I really, if you're into that Outcast vibe that she has, definitely check them out.
All right. Well, I got some homework.
More homework.
Well, it's always homework.
Yeah.
Where do I want to go here? You know what? I'll stay at the bottom of my list here. Primetime.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a sure miss.
No, that's one of my favorites of hers, of that like super sexy, just yeah.
That's 9 unanimous already.
Okay, let's go for 11.
Right.
I don't think I'm gonna bring one, but let's see. Where are we at? Sincerely Jane.
I got it.
No.
Oh.
But then again, I also didn't have the full 20, so I suck.
Actually, right now, I'm kind of thankful you didn't. All right. Stefanie.
Let's see here. Did I go over Screwed with Zoe?
No, you have not.
Right. Screwed, Zoe Kravitz, anyone?
I do not have that one.
No.
I just thought this one was great.
The problem with a show like this and a discography like this is, so like as I'm going through every album, I'm plucking, the stuff that really grabs my attention, and then at a point you realize, well, this is like more than half the album.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say you stop paying attention, but you stop plucking stuff because you've already got stuff.
That was exactly where I was at with that song and this album, because I mean, I could have put all of Dirty Computer through.
Yeah.
Really, we could have.
Yep. Agreed. All right, so I'm playing this one really late, even though I loved it. Locked Inside.
I think I have that one. Hold on.
I have it.
I do too.
There's 10.
Holy crap.
I only have 3 left, though. So
I think I'm out of songs.
Okay. All right, Jennie.
Okay. This is actually one of my favorites, and I don't know how it took me this long to get to it. I Like That.
Yeah, I don't have it.
I don't have it.
Oh, bummer. It felt like a very personal story in that, like the way she's singing about like her self-confidence, and like somebody who's saying like, she basically says like, hey, remember when you used to make fun of me? Where are you now? You know?
Yeah.
Like, and she even kind of says like, I always knew that I was great even when you were cutting me down, and I love that message from her.
Yeah.
So
All right, so Stefanie, you said you're out.
Yeah, I'm out. I do have one honorable mention, but I guess I'll throw it in.
Yeah, throw it in.
Dance or Die.
Oh, no.
I don't have
That definitely was one of my last cuts, though. I'll tell you that much. I had it yesterday.
I love Saul Williams. I live and die by him. Ever since I heard his work with Nine Inch Nails in the early 2000s, I became a fan.
Oh, boy. I don't know which way to go here. I'll just start at the top. I've got these last three. Crazy Classic Life.
I got that one.
Oh,
that was going to be my next pick.
All right. You want to just empty out the chamber? Because I only have two left.
Let's see. I got Wonderland.
Nope.
I love that song.
Yeah,
I just want to back it because that song is just so great.
It's so
I don't
weird.
have it, but it's great.
It has a little bit of a psychedelic vibe almost. And I think I love that she kind of, put the Wonderland, what you call it, the collective or whatever.
Yeah.
Like she kind of, called them out on that song. Let's see, what else do I have? That one. That may have been my last one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just put my last two out here. Come Alive, War of the Roses.
No.
And It's Code. Those are my last two.
I love that one, but I don't have it.
So
did we actually just hit 10?
We've got 10.
Wow.
I'm going to run through them, and then if I don't know, like they're unanimous. I think that's it. I'll run through the convo to see if there's ones that we would rather have, but I think we've got it. So we have Pink, Queen, Make Me Feel, Cold War, Tightrope, Dance Apocalyptic, Violet Stars, Happy Hunting, Electric Lady, Primetime, and Locked Inside. Those are our 10 unanimous decisions.
I feel like we just kind of nailed it.
Yeah, I think so too. I honestly do. I could make a case for Americans, but better than any of those other ones?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And I feel like we got a pretty good balance of the albums, just as you're going through it. Which that's kind of always a thing for me. Like I like to have a good distribution.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to think we put some voodoo on it.
Yeah.
All right, let me just run down these ones that also made the convo, because we made 7 to the convo too. So Americans, Django Jane, Crazy Classic Life, Many Moons, Make the Bus, Take a Bite, and Sincerely Jane. I don't know that any of those are better than the 10 we got in.
No.
So I think we nailed it.
Yeah, I'm happy with this list.
Yeah. All right. So let me.
Me too.
Archive all cards in this list, and then I'm putting Jennie on the hot spot.
Oh shit!
You're in the hot seat. What's the one? What is our one song? You have one song to put into Fredo's conversation next year. Oh, dudes!
So I want to pick the most feminist message possible, just to make him mad.
Do it.
I'm gonna go with probably Queen.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Are you backing that, Stefanie?
100%.
I was thinking Queen or Pink, so I'm
yeah.
Same.
I think Queen is a little bit catchier. Like if you're gonna go with this is the one you lead with, the quintessential song.
Plus Erykah
Yeah, the
Badu.
lead in.
Yeah.
Plus Erykah Badu. You got.
Not that she needed street cred, but there's street cred.
Yeah. So, all right, let me run down these 10 again real quick. So we got Queen as our number 1 with a bullet. Pink, Make Me Feel, Cold War, Tightrope, Dance Apocalyptic, Violet Star's Happy Hunting, Electric Lady, Primetime, and Locked Inside. That's a solid 10. And if you're not into Janelle Monae after that, I don't know what's wrong with you.
I'm going to shake you.
Clear out your ears, man.
Yeah, they're deaf.
Seriously, though. So, again, I hate to harp on it. Just open your ears, because just because you don't like the message doesn't mean the music ain't good. And if you don't like the message, chances are you probably need to hear it the most.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
The booty don't lie.
Just saying. Well, so I guess, wow. We kind of blasted through that.
McTavish.
Yeah, Wowzers McTavish. We blasted right through that. If you would like to help me, that would be great. Patreon.com/ohijustin. Usually I have a much more smooth transition into that, but not today, Jack. Patreon.com/ohijustin. $1 a month helps me out a great deal. You get a ton of content, daily content. And again, I would greatly appreciate it. We're working towards something big here. We're $40-something a month away from Justin Fest. So I'm just saying that. Like, yeah. I mean,
what is Justin Fest?
Oh, I guess I shouldn't put it out there if I didn't want it to be asked. It's 24 hours of me.
Ooh.
Well,
will there be guests?
Yes, I'll be bringing people in. You know, we'll sit and talk, and you know, who knows? Maybe in the wee hours, I'll just be by myself, all crazy like.
No, I'm going to be here for Bell and Dubs hour.
That's definitely going to happen. I can guarantee there will be some version of Deprogrammed on it. There will be a live Bell and Dubs. There will be some sort of music discussion. There will be wrestling discussion is guaranteed to happen. Who knows? Like it.
See, you're selling us. Now we have more reason to send you our money.
I'm just saying.
Justin Fest is it, man.
I will definitely be, and you know, I'll torture myself for you. It's
he suffers for the people.
I do. Well, and again, I suffer because you believe in me, and I really can't put it out there enough. I think this is a good week to say this. It really means a lot to me, those that are already behind me, and it's because of you that we can continue to do Deprogrammed. It's because of you that we can continue to do, and it's not just because financially, but it's that boost of confidence that you putting your money in me boosts my confidence.
Yo.
Yeah, I guess my phrasing was probably off.
He is the prince that is promised, apparently.
See? But anywho, I don't want to belabor the point here. Patreon.com/ohijustin. $1 a month would be greatly appreciated. Now, let's get into this other stuff, because Stefanie, this was your first appearance.
Yeah.
Would love to have you on board for some more.
Sure. Absolutely.
Take a look at that. Take a look at the list. We'll add you to the group, and take a look at the list and see if there's anybody you want to talk about, because there's a bunch of artists up there that we're looking for. And if you were listening to this and you want to be a part of the show, it's easy. Actually, there's a list on the Deprogrammed Facebook page, facebook.com/deprogrammedva. Look at that list, see if there's a band you want to talk about, tell me you want to talk about them. It's that easy. As a matter of fact, my wife is dying to do Sarah Bareilles, and we can't get a third on Sarah Bareilles. But so I'm putting that into the air here. If you are listening to this and would like to talk about Sarah Bareilles, we have a panel waiting for you. But Jennie, I think ELO is probably next.
I think so.
Well, actually, I don't know, because we had Jody and Brian in here 2 weeks ago, and they were like, no, we need the whole discography. I was like, oh God.
I'm not fighting on this one. Like, y'all can decide.
So I'll put that group together. So ELO, you'll probably get something else in before ELO.
Hopefully, because I'm going to need some time to study them. Like, I feel like maybe I bit off more than I can chew with this.
It happens, just like me with Alabama, which still hasn't happened. It will. It will. I do this.
Really,
for
you should just
people.
do an entire Deprogrammed episode based on bands who have states for names.
That'd be fun.
So that way you're not just stuck to Alabama. You've got Kansas.
Oh, boy.
Heck, you could broaden it out to cities. You've got Chicago and Boston.
Yeah, that's also true. Des Moines. I love that band. All right, let's skate on out of here. We'll talk about whatever bands.
Okay.
After I say this, Janelle Monae, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.